Wow, stories.
My girlfriend cheats with my best friend and wrecks my car after I work overtime to pay our bills. So I kick them both out and change the locks. Update. I was trying to compromise, and she said I was a disappointment, and I should get on my knees and beg her to stay with me. I broke up with her, and now she's screaming at the top of her lungs and crying downstairs. I'm distraught. I, 27-year-old male, have been dating my girlfriend, 28-year-old female, for 2 years now. Our fights have been over her feeling neglected in the relationship. For context, I'm blue-collar and work a lot to provide for us. She's responsible for half the rent and her car insurance. I pay for everything else and still help her with her bills when she has needed it, which over the last year has been 6 out of 10 months. I pay for all the other bills and utilities, household items, clothes, and makeup for her, getting her nails done at least once or twice a month, etc. I worked 65 hours last week, Saturday and Sunday. I came home on Sunday and cleaned the house and did the chores that were backlogged. I grabbed dinner for us, and we sat down to watch my girlfriend's anime. We watched it for an hour, and then I had 30 minutes before I had to go to sleep to get 8 hours of rest before waking up in the morning. I read before bed to ease my mind and help decompress. I told my girlfriend I wanted to read while we watched the next episode because I only had 30 minutes left. She lost it when I didn't back down from needing some time to decompress, and she said I was neglecting her in the relationship, and she's going to find someone else. Opened up Tinder and downloaded it next to me, and started going off on me about how I don't meet her needs. I don't understand why I don't deserve 30 minutes to myself. I'm not interrupting her watching the show, and I give 90% of my free time to her, us. I don't ever ask her for anything besides 2 things: going to sleep on time, because if I'm tired, I can get grievously hurt in my line of work. I fell on a roof and had to go to the hospital in January because I was so tired after one of our fights, and some time before bed to read and decompress my brain. We're supposed to be splitting the chores based on who works more throughout the week, but I've asked for help several times, and she's always going through something, whether she's tired, depressed, sad, emotional from hormonal changes, on her period, etc. Something snapped in me last night. I think I'm really starting to fall out of love with her, and I don't know what to do. She says I've been neglecting her, but I literally give her all of my free time and make sure to do date activities whenever possible. I really love her and want to make it work, but it's really starting to affect me. We've gone through so much together. I've been with her through her kicking alcoholism, and she's been with me through leaving hurtful friendships where I was being taken advantage of. I don't know how to satisfy both of our needs. I feel that my needs are very simple and easy to accomplish, and I'm always meeting 90% of her expectations, but I'm never good enough. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Want to make it work? The only thing you should be working on is to move on from her. Download Tinder. In front of you, it is outright disrespectful, and she is showing you that she has the ability to go to any extent to hurt you. This is just the beginning, and from here her behavior will get worse with each fight. Comment 2. Something snapped in me last night. I think I'm really starting to fall out of love with her, and I don't know what to do. Tell her, listen, this relationship is not going to work. It is time to go our separate ways. Now for the update. Thanks for all the comments last time. Things have only gotten crazier since then. After that blow-up, I thought we'd hit rock bottom, but my girlfriend, let's call her Jane, had other plans. She went silent for a few days, which was a relief at first. But then, I came home to find my buddy, who's been crashing on our couch for a while, looking guilty as sin. Turns out, Jane had been whispering poison in his ear, telling him I was bad-mouthing him behind his back, which was a complete lie. She was trying to turn my friends against me. I confronted her about it, and she just shrugged, saying she felt alone and needed someone on her side. It was like she didn't even care about the truth anymore. She just wanted to win, no matter what it cost. But that wasn't the end of it. Jane started spending money like it was going out of style. She maxed out the credit card I'd given her for emergencies on a shopping spree. When I saw the bill, I couldn't believe it. Clothes, shoes, stuff we didn't need and couldn't afford. When I asked her why, she said she was filling the void I'd left by not giving her enough attention. I was working double shifts just to keep us afloat, and she was sinking us faster than I could bail. It was like she was punishing me, but I couldn't understand why. I'd done everything for her, and it still wasn't enough. Then, one night, I got a call from the hospital. Jane had been in an accident. She'd taken my car without asking and wrapped it around a pole. She was okay, thank God, but the car was totaled, and guess what? She'd let the insurance lapse because she said the money should be spent on more important things. I was furious. I felt betrayed. I'd been bending over backward for her, and she'd just thrown it all back in my face. I didn't even recognize her anymore. She was like a stranger, one who was hell-bent on destroying everything I worked for. But I had to keep it together. I couldn't let her drag me down with her. I started to document everything, the lies, the spending, the manipulation. I needed to protect myself because it was clear she wasn't going to. The final straw came when I found out she'd been cheating on me, with my so-called friend no less, the one she'd tried to turn against me. I guess they'd been getting cozy while I was out working. It was a slap in the face, a betrayal of everything we'd been through together. I kicked them both out that night. I didn't want to see her face again. I didn't want to hear her excuses or her apologies. It was over, and I was done being the fool. It's been a month now. I'm still picking up the pieces, but I'm getting there. I've got a new place, a smaller one I can afford on my own. I'm working less, taking care of myself for a change. It's not easy, but I'm doing it. I learned the hard way that no matter how much you give, some people will always want more. And sometimes the only way to win is to walk away.